guys, it's me, Kyle Morgan. First and foremost, I want to say Western North Carolina has been my home my entire life. I love Western North Carolina, especially here in Macon County. Now, I had a really bad accident 16 years ago here in this county, and I moved to Raleigh for the last 13 years of my life. I've regained a ton of independence since moving there, and I just hit a point in my life where it was time to come home. So whenever I decided I was going to come home, I wanted to do something for the community. I wanted to give back because the community helped me so much through all the years of just dealing with the spinal cord injury and the disability and accessibility of this town. I can't be thankful enough to the county. So I really wanted to give back to my community. And the first thing when I got back to Franklin was I got up with an old classmate, Kalina Keener, because I knew she was involved with the Special Olympics and I wanted to sponsor the Special Olympics in some way. So I just reached out, tried to figure out some things, and the one thing that clicked me and hit me the most was the fact that there was only a few sports in the Special Olympics. So I realized, you know what, I'm gonna create my own sport. And so I got the creativity turning and I created Able Ball. And so today I'm going to give you guys kind of like the rules and the layout and how everything is kind of played out. And if you guys don't think I'm taking this seriously, I'm taking it very seriously. I put a lot of time, energy, and focus into this, and I'm very passionate about it. And I'm hoping after we kind of get through some of these rules, we can get some athletes signed up and we can start to get these things rocking and rolling and hopefully turn this thing into either a Special Olympics sport or even a Summer League sport. So that's kind of the overall goal. So let's get into some of these rules and we'll go from there. All right, as we prepare for this April 18th tournament here at Parker Meadows in Macon County, here are the rules and here's how it's played. So the setup for Able Ball is very simple. So we play on the infield of a baseball field. We play with a volleyball. So playing is very simple. You could either kick the ball, you could roll the ball, throw the ball, but then I was thinking for athletes like myself that can't do either because wheelchair bound, I thought about bringing out a tee, setting on top of the tee, and you could bump the ball as demonstrated in the very beginning. So now, there is no age limit to play. Anybody can play. There's no discrimination in this sport. Any adaptive athlete can come out here and have a good time because that's what it's about, is just having a good time. I am going to be playing. That's right. I am definitely going to play because I'm a firm believer in leading by example. Now, deciding teams will be random draw, and I'm hoping we could have at least 12 minimal players because I'm really strongly thinking 12 players is the minimum to actually make something like this work. So that way we have 6 total matchups, and then it'll roll into a bracket type play into the championship. Now, if we have more players show up than 12, and it goes into 13, 14, or 15, those additional players will then just go onto a team, and certain teams will have 2 players. So if we have 24 total athletes show up, every team will have 2 players. Now, it'll stay at 15 shots if it's not an even matchup. So if it's 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, and so on, the points will go up to that level. But if it's a 1 versus 2 matchup, it'll be 15 total shots. Now, if the matchup is lopsided, I'd strongly encourage and allow players from another team to join the underdog. Now, the only thing I would not recommend is to have a player from the opposing team join the underdog team. So if it's like 1 versus 3, the player from the 3 team couldn't come over to join to make it a 2 versus 2. Now, I will allow it, and if that team ends up winning, that player can keep going on into the tournament. So when we are playing, it is shot for shot. So a player from team A will take their shot, and then a player from team B will then take their shot, and it'll go back and forth all the way until the match is over. Now, players have to rotate evenly. So if it's a 2 versus 2 matchup, the players have to rotate evenly. A player cannot take multiple shots back to back. Field layout. The field layout is going to be different every single time. So basically, it's going to be kind of like target practice. We're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8. There's going to be 5-point zones all the way up to 10 points, starting at 2 points being the lowest. So every shot taken is always going to count as points, if that makes sense. Now, the field layout's always going to change, and it's not the target, the big point target isn't always going to be necessarily in the very middle of the field. It could be out here in left field, it could be out here in right field, it could be all the way back to the back. It does not matter. Like, I really encourage whoever is going to be the person to draw out the field to get really creative with it. It could be a circle, it could be a square, it could be a triangle, it could be a fish, star, it does not matter. Whatever they feel like doing, and I really encourage them to actually change it up every time so it's not ever the same. There's really no way to actually practice. You just show up and you play and you have a good time. Athlete requirements. So you will have to get a medical professional to write a letter stating the diagnosis of the individual, and you will have to be cleared by a medical professional. And the reason why I'm having this is because safety is first. Like, we got to be safe about everything we do. I don't want somebody to get out here and end up having problems or something like that. So those are the two rules about the requirements of athlete eligibility, and I hope that makes sense. Now, it is a zero contact sport, so there should be no problems. Okay, I'm in my office here. Yeah, and when I was editing that video, I realized some of it was cut off about the volunteers. So here's the volunteers we need. Okay, so we need a ref, and the ref's duty is just to basically tell the scorekeeper how many points to put in on the tie sheet. That's pretty much it. And we will need a scorekeeper. The scorekeeper, that's basically their job, is just to kind of tally those points for the 15 shots per player, or 20, or how many ever may end up being. Okay, 2 coaches. Now, the coach's roles are very simple. Basically, the coach's job is just basically to assist with setting up to get the players ready to take their shots. That's pretty much it. Whether it's someone like myself to set up a baseball tee and then to set the volleyball on top, or if it's somebody else that could go out there and kick it, help them go out there and kick it. It doesn't matter, or just hand them the ball and let them throw the ball out there. You can also give them advice. It's totally up to you. We need a gopher, one gopher. Now, the gopher's job is to go for this and go for that, okay? Basically, it's basically an assistant for both teams in play, and to go get waters, washcloths, that are, soak them in water if some athletes are overheating. Like I said before, safety is key here. Safety, safety, safety. Can't think of it enough. We will need an artist as well to actually draw out the fields, to draw out the patterns, whatever they choose, whether it's circles, squares, stars, triangles, fish, whatever it may be. So we will need an artist, so think about that. And then to the most important volunteer, we did get that part, so here it is. The biggest volunteer we need is going to be you guys, the crowd. We really need you guys to come out and cheer these athletes on, because there's something about being cheered on as an athlete when you have the crowd behind you that just makes you feel alive, and it makes you want to give it your best. So please come out and support these guys. I want it to be kind of like a party vibe. I want everybody to be cheering nonstop, just because I really think it's going to be more beneficial to the individuals playing, and it's really going to lighten up their spirits. Okay, now athletes, if you want to play yourself, or if you're a parent and you want to sign up your child, please be patient. I'm working on an application process now. I should be out over the next few weeks. I'm trying to get through the logistics of it, but just be patient and stay up to date with our Able Ball Facebook page, and it'll launch on there, so please be patient there. Okay, now, if you're a donor or a sponsor, all donations are 100% tax deductible through my nonprofit foundation called GIMP Gangsters. I'm really, really bad for having my hand out asking for help. So if you feel led in your heart to donate or sponsor this, please reach out. I would greatly appreciate it, but I'm going to tell you right now, I will not be contacting you and asking you. I'm really wanting people to be led to support this on their own. Now, thank you guys so much for everything. Macon County, Western North Carolina, I really, really appreciate everything you guys have done for me, for my life, for my heart, just kind of uplifting me into where I am today. And if you guys have any constructive criticism, please let me hear it. I am all about trying to make things better. This is the first of this sport, so there's always going to be adjustments to fine tune it, to make it better, to make it run smoother, and everything like that. So you have any ideas or any kind of concerns or anything like that, just hit me up, and I'll try to fit it into the rules and regulations stuff. I know we're going to be getting a lot more rules over the next few weeks going into the April tournament. So these will change, but these are the basic rules. I hope to see you guys out here April 18th at the Parker Meadows Sports Complex in Macon County. Thanks again.